Steal an ad revenue from me. Okay, 6 days ago in Japan, Final Fantasy V event. We got a limit overflow for Galoof. Always love Galoof stuff. Or same for Krile. And Bart's gets it's just a new water awakening. Another awakening for Ferris, too. Realm Chain for Ferris, I'm guessing. So 6 months from now, we finally get a 5-hit water Spellblade. This was actually talked about last week in my pain ramblings. Krile gets a record board ability. Instantaneous. 4 times fire and earth ability. BLK. Alright. That's kind of neat. When stuff gets paired with syncs, though, the instant never actually plays into it, so I'm not sure how much. Yeah, it's good. It gives her a really fast way to accelerate into her soul breaks. Anyway, banner, we got Galoof, Limit Overstrike, 5 single target, Earth. Krile. Looks like she's both fire and earth. Twin element from mode 3 is just a switch draw, I'm sure. But let's go take a look at it. Oh no, better. You just start out with 2 stacks of both fire and earth? I didn't know this was possible until now. I thought when you got an element, it overwrote any other element that you had. Maybe this is just a new status entirely. So this is crazy. If you have Galoof in the party, but the only reason you would have Galoof in a party with Krile in it would be for the Phantasm, which, whatever. That's the highest difficulty content, so that's acceptable. Multiplier increases with each use, though. Bart's gets a Water Awakening to go with his just immense arsenal of shit. Instant cast 1, Spellblade Awakening. Spellblade Awakening. Brave +2 on an Awakening. Brave mode Awakening. It's kind of an interesting awakening. So what happens is, since it's an awakening that has dual cast on it, you dual cast the Brave command to first give party 75% damage reduction, and then it drops down to level 0 and gives you instant cast 1 for the next turn. Yeah, well, as everything should be at this point. 6-star Magicites are done by this point. Well, they're all released. So now you've moved into a phase where you want to be pulling for Phantasm, or the new version of Torment, and hope that the Phantasm stuff that you're pulling for also takes care of the remaining Magicites that you haven't beaten yet. Party? Oh, well. Party attack, magic, defense, and resistance plus 30%. I wonder what that's for. That's a Phantasm buff. It's fine, but that is really, really, really Phantasm-y. I am not really looking for stuff like that. I'd rather stuff that's just plain old powerful, instead of the stuff that's specifically geared to the content. Because I think most Phantasm bosses, or at least the Final Fantasy V one, I wait for someone to confirm that in chat, but the boss will put a attack, magic, defense, and resistance debuff on you, which you can completely nullify. I'll have it, which you completely nullify with a buff. And that's why Tyro's OSB is actually so valuable in Phantasm, because it's a attack, magic, defense, and resistance buff. So not only does it buff the party, but it erases a debuff on the party at the same time. So, you know, while this is great for Phantasm, I'm not a big fan of pulling for stuff like this, because it's geared for only a single type of content, where if I'm pulling for stuff, I want it to be good for as long as it can possibly be. 50% Pentabreak. Oh, it's not a Brave, it's gotta be using at least 4 Final Fantasy V characters for that. Oh, you still get the 50% Pentabreak, you only get party weakness damage plus 15. If you've only got 3 Final Fantasy V characters. I believe, with the way the Phantasms work, it's generally not advised to use any less than 3. I think that's the way it goes. You need 4? Thought I saw people being the first Phantasm with only 3. Like, very soon after it came out. Lena's Awakening. Is this new? This is part of what makes Lena finally get good. Oh, it's not new? You know, that makes sense, because this is still pretty recent in Japan. But anyway, this is a really good awakening. Lena finally did get good. X-Death Awakening, Unlimited Dark Holy, Rank Boost Dark Holy, W-Cast Dark Holy. Okay, so someone tried to say something about this in chat, but I missed it. Is this just mean switch draw, or is this and dark and unholy at the same time? This is very, very, it's ambiguous. Switch, okay. I'll have to remember that because it's not stated here. Let's take a look at Lena's Ultra. I'm spending too much time on this. This is not what I should be doing on distant previews. Is all of this stuff not new? Or, yeah, this is probably made before the animations came out. I'll have to get the animations from another source. This is a very powerful Ultra. It's only a Cura Medica. But this redeems that. The Brave mode is a last stand Brave. High quick cast 2 to party. This is a great Medica. Jesus. 4 glint pluses. Yeah, Lena gets really good. About damn time. Lena has always been one of the black sheep healers because of her bad USBs. They finally got good. And everything on Banner 2 wasn't new. There's really not much to say about it. It looks like a pretty phantasmy banner. I suppose everything at this point is going to be. So there's not a whole lot I can say about it to, like, global players. Because whether or not this stuff is going to be any good, I guess... It'll convince you whether or not to pull on Final Fantasy V banners these days. Or whether to be wary of them because you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket when you're, you know, probably going to pull on that realm in the future. And I think that's the case here. Final Fantasy V seems to get a lot of love around the time that Phantasm comes out, so it's probably one of the better realms to stay away from, if you can help it. So yeah, that's interesting. That's good information. Because there's not only this banner, but as was mentioned earlier on the preview, there's Final Fantasy V stuff that's going to be debuting in the festival before this. And it's the most important Final Fantasy V stuff with Lena. Because she's the only healer in the realm. So she's basically the only required member on the team.